It's heating up in the FA Cup. 8 clubs remain. Who will step up to fire their team to glory?
De Bruyne! Danny Welbeck to win it! Yates! It's that combination, Rashford and Asensio.
Bernleno wins the Battle of Wills.
Welcome to the Emirates FA Cup Highlight Show. Coming up, Manchester City have collected silverware for fun in recent years, but the FA Cup provided their only chance of a trophy this season. Forest fired a magnificent 7 past Brighton in the league last month, but the Seagulls have soared since then, making this a tough tie to call. The only quarter-final featuring 2 teams never to have won the Cup, Fulham and Crystal Palace, promised to sparkle under the West London sunshine. And the one survivor from outside the top flight, Preston North End, hosted 7-time winners Aston Villa. Back in November, Bournemouth beat Manchester City 2-1 on the south coast. That was their first league defeat of the season. Ahead of this clash, the outgoing Premier League champions had lost 15 of their last 31 games in all competition, with their previous 15 losses spread over a 169-game span. The Cherries were eyeing a first-ever FA Cup semi-final. Daniel Mann is the commentator.
Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. Matheus Nunes. And Haaland. Oh, by his lofty standards, that a really presentable opportunity. And Bournemouth distinctly relieved that he wasn't able to hit the target. Towards Haaland. Oh, and City appeals, and Stuart Atwell does give a penalty. Gundogan suggesting the arm was high and not in a natural position, and that certainly appears to be the case. And the decision looks a good one. So Haaland against Kepa. And Kepa wins the Battle of Wills. And City spurn a huge opportunity. It's Haaland. And Adams may have put Haaland in here. It's another opportunity for him, which he does not take. And with every passing chance, the feeling grows that it may not be his or Manchester City's day. Matheus Nunes under pressure, but that's a distinctly loose pass. Here's Cook. And now Brooks. Teasing delivery, Kluivert's in there! And Evan Nielsen made sure, and Bournemouth lead Manchester City again! Well, Matheus Nunes, the author of City's downfall here. And Kluivert just ghosting in as Nunes was watching the ball, a catalogue of errors for him. And Kluivert's effort was goal-bound. Evan Nielsen ended any doubt. And Manchester City behind in the FA Cup again. It's a lovely flick by Bernardo Silva. This is Foden. City setting an aggressive tone at the start here. Kepa behind it. Well, Haaland had made an angle for him, but he opted to go his own way. Soler's head, that's Gundogan. De Bruyne, that's a beautiful ball for O'Reilly. And he's into the game swiftly here. Haaland! He takes the chance this time. And that's a prime example of a substitution paying instant dividends. O'Reilly with the assist, and Haaland on the mark. His 30th of the season gets City back into the tie. Determination by Bernardo Silva. Bournemouth appealing for handball there. Is Gundogan. Oh, Semenyo didn't get a hold of it. O'Reilly, Marmoush. Oh, what an entrance! Well, the two substitutes combining here after Semenyo inexplicably went to ground. Kepa perhaps left a little unsighted, but it went through him. And quite the turnaround in the FA Cup again for Manchester City. For the third round in a row, they come from behind to lead. Taking the direct approach there. Here's Mateus Nunes. Oh, Mamouche is in there. Oh, and Senesi there once and twice. De Bruyne. And it'll be a corner. Well, back to front, very swiftly indeed there. And Zamani doing just enough. Senesi a little more decisive. The second time at least. Kovacic. He's got a really good influence in this second half. Here's Grealish. Oh, looking to tease and torment. Gundogan kisses the post. De Bruyne, Gundogan. And there'll be another City corner. Oh, they're rampant now. Ruben Diaz. Featherlight touch from Marmoush. Here's De Bruyne. And now Grealish. Oh, can he open up the shooting chance? De Bruyne. Oh, and McAtee! Oh, and Kepa has just kept Bournemouth alive. Oh, he could have clinched it there.
Next to a first ever FA Cup clash between 1983 finalist Brighton and two-time winners Nottingham Forest. The sides drew 2-2 here in the league earlier this season before Forest ran out 7-0 winners in the return fixture 8 weeks ago. That was the Seagulls' heaviest ever Premier League defeat. But since then they'd won 6 out of 7, drawing the other at Manchester City. Watching was Martin Tyler.
It's been a good start by Nottingham Forest. And it breaks for Awoniyi. It's a good stop by Verbruggen. Williams to try and follow it up, and it just got away from him. Well, he's in for the injured Chris Wood, so it's a big task for Taiwo Awoniyi. Here's Minte. Options to the left, including Estepinian, who likes to crack from distance. That was an awkward one to save for Matt Sells. It's rather spat up at him. And he made sure he got plenty behind it. Van Hecker. Toma trying to get down the outside. Comes for Baliba! Wow, he really caught that. Unfortunately for Nottingham Forest, it was off target and smashed into a camera. Headed away at the near post by Awoniyi. Here's Rutter on the turn, but not quite on the target. Went for power. Did well to get back onside. Twist and turn, but too high. Awoniyi. Backed up by Williams. Backed up by Gibbs-White here. The Forest fans urging him to shoot, and shoot he did. And it was a try with a fair bit of devil in it. Turned over. Estupinian, driven corner. Oh, Hitcherwood! He's annoyed with himself. Rather glanced off his head, he tried to flick it. In by Elanga, touched away by Verbruggen. Yates, challenged by Webster. Yates wants a penalty. Peter Banks plays on. And Elliot Anderson plays on. And Mitoma goes in. And the referee points to the spot. It was certainly the second incident. Mitoma claiming that it was accidental with his elbow that he caught Anderson. No penalty. And certainly not this one. Yates went down just a little too easily. Stooping now with the header. Carlton thrust. Still no breakthrough. But maybe here from Elanga. It's a lovely ball from Gibbs-White. Bruggen was off his line very quickly, but it looked as though for a moment Elanga was favourite. Swept out by Van Hekke. Here is Gruder. Gomez! Oh, that's a wonderful save. Matt Sells. Diego Gomez must have thought he got the first goal of the tie. Sells came up with an answer for Forest in spectacular fashion. Forward by Anderson. And Jota Silva's going in here, and actually Van Hekke got in a real muddle, but I think he actually blocked it in the end. He did. Here we go with the shootout to decide the place in the semi-final. João Pedro to lead it off for Brighton, and he fired it to where Sells got a touch to it and did well to do that. So Anderson, once of Newcastle, wanted to go to Wembley with Forest, and he's helped their cause there. Brian Gruder, very good. Here comes Callum Hudson-Odoi. Can he level this up for Nottingham Forest in the shootout? The answer is yes, pretty emphatically. Jack Hinshelwood takes on the responsibility here and is saved. He didn't quite get it in the corner. You can't help but think the previous shootouts accounting for something positive for Nottingham Forest here at the Amex Stadium. But no, Nico Williams has put Brighton back in the contest by blazing high and wide. Diego Gomez. Here he goes. And he fires it straight at Sells, who stays strong. And Brighton have missed two in a row. Or Sells, to be fair, has saved two in a row. Nikola Milenkovic, his first FA Cup tie. And he just gets it past the diving Verbruggen, who went the right way. Well, Lewis Dunk has to score. No margin for error here. Oof. It's in. And Brighton are still alive. Ryan Yates. This to send Nottingham Forest to Wembley via yet another penalty shootout route. And he's done it. They prevail, Nottingham Forest, on penalties yet again. But it doesn't matter how you do it, just that you do it.
To Craven Cottage, where the hosts were anxious to end a depressing sequence of results at this stage of the competition. Fulham had lost their last 4 quarter-finals and now faced one of the most informed sides in the country. Crystal Palace had won 6 of their last 7 games, including a 2-0 league win here, representing their best run for 5 years. Commentary from Gary Taphouse.
Launched by Wharton. Lerma's underneath that. Muniz has made it his. Brilliant play from Rodrigo Muniz! And he steers it wide with the first big chance of the game. Well, he just steamrolled his way through there. Just couldn't hit the target, Muniz, who has 9 goals this season. Excellent work from Ismail Assar, but even better from Bassi. It's not a foul. Willian outside. Started this game really well, Fulham. Bassi continues his run. Lerma's committed himself. It's Pereira! Another one wide for Fulham. Bassi striding forward, pulled it back for Andreas Pereira, and he couldn't hit the target. It's a good opportunity for a man who's gone 14 games without a goal. Wharton. And down goes Muniz. Wharton, who has been yellow carded. I just wonder if there was a little kick out there from Wharton. Runs into Muniz, and yes, he does just move his right foot towards Muniz. Eze to Wharton. Ricochets off Iwobi. Ah! What a stunning effort by Lerma, which smashes the crossbar. Oh, this is wonderful technique from the Colombian. And he's a ball's width away from scoring what would be only his second ever Crystal Palace goal. Lacroix. A delightful ball for Mitchell, who's controlled that well. Here's Bera Eze, past Lukic. Eze! Oh, that is a stunning goal! A moment of absolute pure quality from Bera Eze. Well, he's barely been in this quarter-final so far, but how about this for a magic moment? No chance for Leno. An absolutely scintillating goal. Millimetre perfect for his 6th of the season. Eze, oh, superb to get away from Castagna. Lerma back to Eze. Mateta and Sarr in the middle. Still Eze, it's Sarr, it's 2-0! Oh, that is brilliant from Eze, who made this one with a beautiful piece of skill. 2 goals in the space of 5 minutes from Crystal Palace. And they have a vice-like grip on this quarter-final. Iwobi. Berger. Willian. Might take it on here. Just a little deflection off Adam Wharton. Not sure it was going in, but Henderson couldn't take any chances. Willian to take the corner. They get the first contact, in goes Bassi! Ah! Well, it looked like he just had to steer that over the line. And Palace scrambled it away. First contact made by Anderson, and Bassi's there, and I think he just tops the ball, which allows Sarr to make this crucial clearance. Otherwise, that was a goal back for Fulham. Here's Kamada. Through for Nketiah. Fulham wants offside. Flag stays down. Nketiah makes it 3-0. Well, one substitute to another here. Daichi Kamada through for Nketiah. Bassi is playing him onside. And the Wembley Arch looms into view for Crystal Palace. They lead by 3 goals to 0. with 15 minutes left, and he was just onside. And he steered it through the legs of Bernd Leno to make it Fulham 0, Crystal Palace 3. Victory for the Eagles.
Championship Preston were the only non-Premier League team still dreaming of cup glory. The 1889 and 1938 winners faced Aston Villa, who'd lifted the cup 7 times, though it was 68 years since that last happened. The Villains had won their last 4 quarter-finals, most recently a decade ago, when they went on to reach the final. Simon Brotherton saw this one.
Asensio with this latest corner for Aston Villa, who've dominated the possession so far in the game without too much to show for it. Oh, that's a good ball in, though. And Ezri Konsa almost on the end of it. Delightful delivery and a good chance. Mings under a bit of pressure. And collected here by Rees. That was Cash with the interception, collected by Tordarson, and Robbie Brady on the near side. It's a good delivery, and Martinez able to get there first. Back in, Tordarson! Ooh, that was a chance for Preston North End, their first of the match, really. Created by the terrific delivery from Brady. Martinez with the initial clearance, and Tordarson wide. Camera. Good work from him. Falling at the feet here of Morgan Rogers, who's still going, and still Rogers into Rashford, and it's saved. First clear-cut opportunity in open play, perhaps for Villa in the match, as they rapidly went from one end of the field to the other. Rogers doing one of the things that he does best here. Rashford just getting it caught underneath his feet, and Di Cornell getting his hands on the ball. Digne into Ramsey with an excellent turn. Asensio back into Jacob Ramsey once more. Here comes Digne, and Rashford has his first goal for Aston Villa to break the deadlock in this quarter-final. Ramsey into Digne, and in the end a straightforward finish for Marcus Rashford. Here come Villa again with Rashford. Rogers is in the middle, Ramsey's up there, here's a chance, and somehow it stays out and Jayden Magoma clears. It was Morgan Rogers at the far post. Great play by Rashford. Rogers in for Ramsey. Rogers going down under that challenge. Villa all looking at the referee, and Chris Kavanagh says penalty. Just watch Villa's number 27 here. And the foul by Andrew Hughes, who treads on the top of his boot quite clearly. So very quickly, Villa with the chance to double their lead, and Marcus Rashford doubles his tally. Preston North End 0, Aston Villa 2. Couple of goals in the space of 5 minutes. Camaro's had an excellent game today. Into Rashford. What a pass here. Rogers! Well, Preston's defenders all looking for an offside, a flag which wasn't about to be raised, and Morgan Rogers almost in. Villa completely dominant in terms of the play as well as the scoreline, really, as this second half wears on. And here comes Ramsey with that searing burst of pace and skill, and the finish to match. 3-0, game, set and match for Aston Villa. And Jacob Ramsey caps an excellent individual performance. with a very fine goal indeed, unstoppable. Well, no way back for Preston North End in this tie, and indeed it could get worse. And here's Watkins, who's only been on the pitch for a couple of minutes, and already he's had two really good chances. Put clean through, the pass coming from Boubacar Kamara, and Watkins just dragging it wide of the goal. McGinn shields it so well. Ramsey can't quite turn it home. It could easily have been 4, but it stays at 3-0.
So comfortable enough in the end for Aston Villa on a weekend that produced 4 away wins out of 4. The draw for the semi-finals, to be played at Wembley on April the 26th and 27th, paired the Villains with Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest against Manchester City. Eze made it look easy for the Eagles, who are scaling new heights. Sells excelled in the shootout before Yates shut the gate on Brighton. Rashford at the double as Villa's cup double dream lives on, while City subs gave Bournemouth that sinking feeling on the south coast. Bye for now.